It's a little late in the day and it's a little dark, but I've got some really good lighting inside. We're gonna do an interior gear and mods video on the Tacoma, and with some bright lighting that I have inside the truck, I think we'll be just fine. But I'm out here on a little solo one-nighter and thought this was a really good time to knock out this video because I've been meaning to do it for months. So let's get into it. There's a lot I want to go over, so I guess I'm just going to start right here. Here I keep a EDC pouch. Just got some simple stuff. Extra knives, little EDC flashlight, some chargers. That just lives right in there, along with some wet ones, and then a little coloring book for my kids, just in case I need something to occupy their minds for a little while we're on trips. Right here I've got the Garmin InReach Mini. Now this is the original version. I'll probably upgrade pretty soon. This thing has been fantastic and I will not go on a trip without it. As you can see right now, I don't know if you can see, it's pretty dark, but it is tracking. And so I have a link that I can send to my wife and actually a couple of my buddies since I'm out here on a solo trip. And with that link, they can see in real time where I'm at, just in case they don't hear from me tomorrow or something. They know where to find me. And so with bringing the kids and stuff, this thing is great. I also can use it to send like text messages to check in with my wife, but that hasn't been like super consistent. Like sometimes it just won't work. And so I think I'm going to upgrade to the newer version to make sure that that's working properly. All right. We'll go down here. Same old off aux beam switch panel. I've been running this for a long time and I've covered this in previous videos. As you guys can see, I am running light bars, ditch lights, another light bar, my little roof rack lights. Just super awesome, super convenient. I couldn't recommend this more enough for somebody who is adding lots of lighting or accessories to your build. Okay, we'll get this out of the way real quick. As you guys can see here on the steering wheel and the center console, I did a multicam black wrap, vinyl wrap, but I did a terrible job at it. And so I like tried to film it and make this video of the process and all that kind of stuff, but turns out it takes some skill to do something like this, and I don't have that skill. And so I like it a lot. I haven't taken it off quite yet because I think I'd like to find somebody that maybe I could hire to do this for me. Shoot me a comment if you guys know of anybody who does that or would be good at it, because I'd happily probably hire somebody to do this the right way. But as you guys, if you look closely, I did a terrible job. I like it. I like the idea of it. I like the look of it. I just executed it very poorly. Okay, here I actually have it off at the moment, but still using the off-roam foam mount mounted to this little ball mount right here. I just had to get it out of the way for this video. This is the best foam mount that they make for the second gen Toyota Tacoma. If you have a Tacoma of any generation, I would say at this point, because they do make it for all generations, check out links in the description. I will have links for these in the video description, because this is probably, like, for somebody who's just starting to build out their truck, one of the first things I'd recommend. Awesome foam mount. Along those lines, as you can kind of see here, with the ball mount system, you can add other accessories to it, which is exactly what I've done on this side. This is the MXT 275 GMRS radio, and I've mounted a bullet point mounting solution mic clip to the off-roam foam mount. So that's just an off-roam foam mount system with the mic clip, and I think that is a pretty good setup. Sorry, I had a moth in the truck for a second there. Okay, so like I said, MXT 275 GMRS radio. What's cool about this is you have all of the controls just right here on the handheld unit portion, which I think is awesome. The base is just mounted right here. with the mounting bracket and just some sticky tape. Pretty simple solution. Radio works great. Really happy with it. And the mic clip I think is like necessary doing something like this. I've tried adhesive mounting it like in multiple areas. No luck. And so I just decided to do something that was hard mounted, and this has been great ever since. Down here I just keep all my camera gear so I can grab whatever camera I need for the videos I'm out shooting. Kind of a mess, I apologize. Down here I still have that wireless phone charger. Unfortunately, I think they've discontinued this and they don't make it anymore. So if you're going to pick one of these up, since they are vehicle specific, you'd probably have to get it secondhand. But pretty cool. Okay, we'll go up here. So I have tried different things, different solutions for mounting just random accessories, because organization is really important to me, being that I've got 4 people sometimes that I'm taking on these trips in a very small truck. I tried this Molly panel version, but if you mount anything to it, it just gets too heavy. And so I know I made a video of this a while back ago, but I've ended up kind of regretting it. So if you've, because of my video, made that purchase, I apologize. It just gets too heavy once you start mounting things to it. What I have done on this side instead, you can see I've got this multicam black. I know the lighting is terrible and it's kind of hard to see. Multicam black fabric type deal, which just velcros to the back of this. It's cool because I can have my documents that I may need in some sort of specific type of encounter back there. And then I just have, you know, like a Sharpie and a pen. I don't want to overload this. My sunglasses are easy access, and I just kind of like that it darkens the sun visor, because I'm just not a big fan of like the light gray. So I like multicam black. I think it's cool. Along those lines, the map lights and the dome lights have been upgraded to some last fit bulbs. Now I have tried so many different lights for these, because having a super bright interior when I'm out at camp is important to me, because sometimes it's cold and I'm changing my kids, getting them ready for bed inside the truck, or I'm looking for gadgets and gizmos, and oftentimes I'm outnumbered. 2 kids, 1 of me, trying to do it all. Lighting inside here is very important to me, and this setup is the best I've found yet. The color is perfect. The map lights actually map the dome light, which is nice, because on some of the other brands that are good and they're bright, the colors are different, which was always kind of weird. Like the dome light was kind of like a yellowish green color on the last one I had. So yeah, really, really like those. Okay, center console. This Molly panel normally has a super awesome flashlight mounted to it, which goes in this case, but I can't find the flashlight. I think I might have lost it on my last trip, which is just devastating because the flashlight was insane. Anyways, I use this Victory 4x4 little Molly panel that goes into the bottom of the, just drill a hole and you screw it into the bottom of the center console. It's just a nice place to kind of organize and keep some other things. So I've really been enjoying that. And then this is just all like grab and go camera stuff in here. Don't worry about that. Just for reference, this is the light except for in black. That's the one that I had in the center console. I actually have 2 of these. Woobin sent me out these lights and they're just insane. They're like just as bright as a light bar. And so I love having them on these trips. But the black one, obviously just being black, is my favorite. This one I actually keep in the back of my truck. So I have 2. I shouldn't be complaining, but it's a cool light and I like having it there. Okay, so moving along, AU car head unit. This is the Gen 2 version. I've put out several videos on it. And for anybody who's going to ask me about what I'm thinking about it so far, I've been using this thing for a long time. Overall, my feedback is still very good on it. I've had 2 issues with it. And so The first one is sometimes it used to disconnect when I'd get close to a cell tower that's by my house. I never understood why it did that, but it doesn't do that anymore. So that was early on. I can't explain it. I don't know why. And the other issue, there's been 2 times where the screen has just gone black. Like it's powered on, but the screen just goes black. And both of those times were when I was out on trips and I had been driving for a long time. And it just, I don't know, like froze or something. And turning off the truck and turning it back on didn't fix it. I had to literally disconnect the unit from power and then plug it back in. And after that, it was fine. And so I can't explain it, but obviously you guys should be aware of that. I usually have backup navigation on my phone, but I download all my maps onto this because this is my main source of off-road navigation. And so that's something that you guys should definitely be aware of. It's been an easy fix for me when it does happen, but obviously like my ears kind of perked up when that happened. I'm like, should I move on from this? So far, I've decided overall it's worked really well. Besides those 2 kind of alarming problems that I've had with it, it's been very good. And, you know, maybe it just needs like a hard reboot. And when you turn off the truck, it doesn't actually get disconnected from power. So you need to just disconnect it for power to reboot. I don't know. I'm speculating, but you guys should know about that. Overall, it's cool. Some of my favorite features of it are the split screen. As I've got it set up right now, Onyx Off-Road up top, and then my front-facing camera on the bottom. Usually when I'm on the trail, this is kind of how I roll, but sometimes I'll do half Onyx Off-Road, half Apple CarPlay. Overall, it's just a really good system, and I'm super happy with it. Minus those 2 problems I talked about. On the seat, I've got some Black Diamond rechargeable headlamps on the headrest. One of the first things I grab when I get into camp on a dark, late night like this. And then in the rear, I don't have too much back here in this seat. My kids, don't worry. Yes, my kids are back here, but they're really good about not getting into this stuff. I've just taught them not to mess with it. Of course, at first there was a little bit of curiosity on their parts, but this is basically just a molly pouch, slides right into the seat back right here. And this is like all charging cables, different charging cables for all the different devices that I use, cameras, GPS, phones. So I can just bring this up into the tent at night with my power station and charge things up. So that has been great to have. Just keep it right there behind the seat. Okay, and then up top, I've got this molly panel. And once again, for some reason, I'm blanking on the name of this molly panel. So anything I've talked about in the video, you guys can find in the description with links, some of which are affiliates. If you use that link, it won't cost you extra, but it will support the channel. And so I totally appreciate that. But anyways, some things that I've got set up on this. I've got a backup flashlight up here, a backup radio. So this is the Baofeng radio that I used to use all the time. I have been meaning to add an additional one just in case, I don't know, my wife is with me and we split up on foot for some reason. I just want to have that safety net there. This has this One Tigris case, which these 3 things are all made by One Tigris. Actually, the flashlight holder too. They sent out some accessories that I specifically requested for this setup, and they were really cool to partner with me on that. But in this one, I really like these cases for just storing additional gear. This is all Baofeng radio chargers and stuff like that lives in there. And then on this other side over here, I've got a little down blanket. So this is a very packable down blanket that I can give to my daughter while she's back by the campfire, or my son if they're cold, or even my wife. So like, honestly, we'd be out somewhere in the city and my wife will just be cold, so I'll go in and grab that. Back here, I just keep like a little grab and go bag for some of like just like the miscellaneous things that I might need from time to time. Usually just like the extra stuff I need for a trip just ends up getting thrown in here. And it's just like a, I don't know, Trader Joe's bag, nothing fancy. In this door, I just always have an extra spare set of wipes, just because you never know when you're going to need them with the kids. This little Molly pouch has got some extra flashlights for the kids. I apologize, it's going to be a little hard to see, but I'm running some Husky floor liners in the rear here, which just go all the way across and fit this part of the truck perfectly. In the front, I'm just running Tacoma floor liners, like OEM ones, because they're the best ones that work with this type of bed, or for this type of floor. I don't have carpet in my truck. I've got a floor liner across the truck, but I still like to, after a trip, have floor liners just to take out and shake off. So that's why I use these up front. When I did have my 08 Tacoma, did have carpet, and so when I did have carpet in the truck, I ran Husky floor liners up front, and I really liked those. So look guys, I apologize for doing it in the dark like this. This is just the time that I had to do it, and I've been meaning to do this video for a long time. Let me know if I missed anything or if you have any questions in the comments. If not, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.